today, and I got an interesting one for to take a look at. This is called "Express Your Highest Self" or "Express Yourself" or something like that, by the one and only great Bruce Lee. Let's check this out. Love you guys. Hope you're doing well. And yeah, man, I got a little. The wife and Evie are sleeping now, so got a little bit of time. Might do a couple of these tonight. All right, let's check this out. You turn mine up. Turn mine up. It shouldn't affect your.
Well, I mean, definitely in the beginning, I had no intention or whatsoever that what I was practicing and what I'm still practicing now would lead to this to begin with. But martial art has a very, very deep meaning as far as my life is concerned, because as an actor, as a martial artist, as a human being, all these I have learned from martial art. All type of knowledge ultimately means self-knowledge. So therefore, they're coming in and ask me to teach them not so much of how to defend themselves or how to do somebody in. Rather, they want to learn to express themselves through some movement, be it anger, be it determination, or whatsoever. Running water never grows stale, so you gotta just keep on flowing. To me, ultimately, martial art means honestly expressing yourself. Now, it is very difficult to do. I mean, it is easy for me to put on a show and be cocky, and be flooded with a cocky feeling and then feel like pretty cool and all that. Or I can make all kinds of phony things, you see what I mean? Blinded by it. Or I can show you some really fancy movement. But to express oneself honestly, not lying to oneself, and to express myself honestly, that, my friend, is very hard to do. And you have to train. You have to keep your reflexes so that when you want it, it's there. When you want to move, you're moving. And when you move, you are determined to move. Not taking 1 inch, not anything less than that. If I want to punch, I'm gonna do it, man, and I'm gonna do it, you see. So that is the type of thing you have to train yourself into it, to become one. I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
Be water, my friends.
If you honestly express yourself, it doesn't matter. It will bring more understanding, more things that are, like different, you know? And maybe in the contrast of comparison, some new thing might grow. So therefore, I mean, it's a very rich period to be in. I mean, like if I were born, let's say, 40 years ago, if I have a thought in my mind, I said, boy, I'm gonna star in a movie or star in a television series in America. Well, that might be a vague dream, but I think right now, maybe.
Oh, I miss that guy. Ended up kind of letting that one just play out since it was like so set to music, and I know there was like a little bit of video skipping and stuff, but that's some classic old footage. What's more classic of an end fight scene than Chuck Norris versus Bruce Lee? in some of those scenes. But yeah, it's really hard to contextualize how huge Bruce Lee was and how different he was and how much it was the first time we had seen, like, even him just doing that, like, big running, like, watcha sidekick and throwing someone across the room. Like, man, I remember the first few times seeing things like that. And anyways, Bruce Lee. I had a big Bruce when I started doing these. I had a big Bruce Lee picture in the background. But that, to be honest, that picture scares my daughter, so she won out, and I think I just replaced it with a couple like Raptor jerseys or whatever. So, anyways, yeah, Bruce Lee, man. I don't. So, Game of Death is obviously the great first one, and you know, if you're not exposed at all to Bruce Lee, the Dragon, the Bruce Lee story, starring Jason Lee, I think, that's actually an awesome movie. That kind of tells his story somewhat, and you know, some people might argue that there's some issues with it at all. I don't know though. I think generally the reviews of that movie are pretty solid. Then obviously Bruce Lee's kid, Brandon Lee, who also died tragically, both Bruce and Brandon. But he kind of famously made the movies The Crow, which are awesome. The first Crow movie's awesome. Awesome martial arts. All right, anyways, guys, take care. Martial arts was a huge genre of movies that was massive, massive when I was growing up in the kind of late 80s, 90s. But yeah, anyways, hope you have a great day and take care.